Putney Farms for our plant medicine class today. Looking forward to this day. We are ready to hike these 10 acres and see what we find out here.
Hello. Hello. We don't use any pesticides at all, not even the organic ones, so-called. Because organic pesticides still kill everything.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so you can see all the butterflies. Look at all back in there.
I know.
All the sulfur.
It's
Wow.
beautiful.
What are they, sulfur?
Yeah, I don't know what kind.
I think so, yeah.
So how do you make the medicine? Is
Little
it from
butter.
Well, you
Butterflies.
can make a tea
or the
of the leaves, or you can take this when it's soft. So this is dandelion.
goes in my salad?
Everybody
Yes,
know
heck
what
yes.
they eat, what they taste like?
Bitter. They're bitter.
Bitter,
They're
yeah.
very good. Bitter later in the year. The spring is
So,
better. Well, you got plant.
you want to eat?
I'll
Taste
eat it.
some?
Well, I'll taste it. You got
Even
plant
better.
broadleaf
Dandelion.
plantain over there.
Uh-huh. I'm getting to it.
I love it.
How you know you don't get confused if something looks like a dandelion, but it's not a dandelion?
Well, that's why you study it and make sure.
The leaves give it
And-
away.
Yeah.
So good.
And so
Yeah,
we'll
the
show
leaves
you
give it away.
when we
See
get
how
up,
they're
when we get
serrated?
farther up.
Okay.
Well, when I get farther up there, I'll show you there. It looks like clover, but it has heart-shaped leaves.
So what are
Gotcha.
these?
That's the way you can tell the difference.
Heart-shaped leaves. Which one is that one? Wood sorrel?
Uh-huh.
Yep. Wood sorrel.
It's good for you?
Yeah, and
Wood
you can,
sorrel is good for you.
you don't eat a big dish of it, like a big pan of it, because it has oxalic acid, so you don't want to eat all of that all at
Okay.
once, because you'll get gout.
Okay.
Oh wow! Look at this.
Oh my gosh, it's so cool.
And this right here is dandelion?
Doing his thing.
Yeah, that's
He's super
dandelion.
cool. He's just doing his thing.
Walking onions.
Egyptian walking onions. The reason they're called walking onions is because
This is about the time of year
They
to
get-
plant it.
in the summer they get babies on the top of here instead of flowers.
Oh, very
Oh.
And then it gets heavy and it goes over like this
A lot of
and puts those babies down on the ground, and then that's how it walks.
for companion.
Man, you could put this in soup.
some of those from you.
Plantain, but they all work the same.
Is there an imitator to this? Something
No.
No. This
So I'll show you how to do it. I'll show you how to tell if you're wondering. And
Yes.
always
See,
on an herb, take
And now
the
that's
inner.
broadleaf, and here's a narrowleaf plantain. It's the same family, but it's a little bit different.
When you're harvesting these, take the inner leaf.
See, they got those
Okay.
long string things.
I'll
on
show
them,
you the difference.
Broadleaf.
so they
If
don't
you're
have that.
harvesting them to eat right now, you feel how tender that is. Now feel how tough this is.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So you always want to take this feel that's tender and that's tough.
Tender.
So okay, the way to tell, is this a plantain or not? Well, they all have, plantains come right from the ground, they don't have a stem. And so you see that line goes all the way up. Their veins start down here and go all the way up. They don't branch out. They don't have those branches like most leaves have.
They go straight out.
Yeah, they go straight all the way up to the where they end. All right, so
And that's what, like a salad?
See it.
yeah, let me tell you about that. But let me tell you this first before I forget.
Yes, ma'am.
See that stretchy?
Mm-hmm.
All right, they all have that, and you can tear your leaf a little bit, and you'll find it in there. And that's the way you can know if it's a plantain.
Stretchiness.
Yeah, that vein there.
Oh.
See that?
There's skin irritation.
If you do it real close.
Okay. For skin irritation.
Yeah. So that's what you put. That's what you used in the ointment. And so it makes a wonderful ointment. But say if you don't have an ointment, and I think we're going to make an ointment out of it if we have enough time today.
I hope so.
So if you don't have an ointment, you can chew this.
Okay.
Chew it, make a spit wad like,
Poultice.
and then you put it right on the thing. Like you could do that with your mosquito bites.
There was a guy that was using that for snake bite too.
Wow.
Bit by a rattlesnake. and he found plantain, and he kept making poultices until he kept applying it until it turned black, and then he would remove it and reapply again.
Oh, wow. You see that? The white, the like whitish line?
So that one does not have a heart shape, so that's something, that's sweet.
This is clover. You can use it. Yeah, you can use it. Now, on something like this, clover and grass, you don't want to chew it up and swallow it and think you're going to have a good time, because we can't digest grasses and this.
Isn't that good for like citrus plants?
Oh, yeah, it's good for everything. Because it puts nitrogen in the soil.
That's
You're right.
what it is. Yeah.
But
elderberry.
the leaves are, now you'll see on the internet the leaves are poisonous.
Okay.
You'll see on the internet
Right.
raw elderberries and that. But our elderberries here, the black Sambucus native, are not poisonous. The berry, I eat them. Salad
Now,
full.
there's another one called American elderberry. Is that the same?
The berries are very tart.
You eat sugar?
No, not anymore. But when I used to.
When you used to eat sugar, they were tart.
Oh, okay. That's interesting.
That's what I was saying earlier. I can tell if somebody eats sugar because if they say they're tart. If they're fully ripe, now they have to be deeply purple.
Okay.
Almost black.
Is this different from what they call American elderberry?
No.
Okay.
This
Same
is
thing?
Native American elderberry.
These grow around here. They're native.
They tulip poplar. Yeah, it's like almost.
Donna, what are these bottles?
Elderberry.
Elderberry, spiced elderberry syrup.
Syrup?
Yes.
What is that good for?
Cold
We'll
for
talk about
respiratory.
elderberry
Okay.
a lot. Elderberry is immune boosting. It sets off your immune system. If you can take a teaspoon a day in something or by itself for cold, if you feel a cold coming on. Or
How's that drink? How's that elderberry syrup? How would it taste like?
Delicious. Elderberry.
Elderberry syrup. Not bad.
You need help carrying that, Donna? Okay.
Medicine balls.
And coconut.
They made out of what?
Cocoa?
Almond flour. One of these had it on there. Almond flour, cocoa, honey, cinnamon, raspberry leaf, and pecans, or coconut.
Healthy treat. Medicine ball. We have in there.
we're gonna have perilla,
Perilla?
Oh, yeah.
What is
Perilla.
that? I never heard of it.
shisho,
What is it?
perilla. It's mint basil. I'll show you.
Perilla?
Yeah, they
Is
sell
it mint
they
basil?
sell the plants here.
But you'll see it when we go on our walk too.
That's
And you can taste
perilla?
it.
So it's like basil?
Yeah, mint basil.
Oh, mint basil. Oh, wow.
It's I think it's the only mint basil.
So you make
And
a
it's
tea.
highly medicinal, and it's delicious food.
And you make a tea out of it?
Yeah. You
that's
can make a
gotta be
tea
good.
out of it. You can use it in your salad. You can cook it as greens. A lot of other countries use it regularly, and it's used in Chinese traditional medicine.
Let me try.
Korean,
Try this.
it's real popular. Okay. And we'll see it around the yard too.
Very cool.
Perilla tea.
And so if I would have had it hotter,
Perilla tea.
they will put it on the grill. Just can wrap it and put a toothpick in there and wrap it.
So what is this called?
Canna.
Canna.
And down below it has it looks like a big ginger under the ground.
Oh, really?
And so after the frost, you'll find the bigger roots under there. They're nice and juicy.
Okay.
And so you can make like arrowroot powder with them, a starch.
Really?
Now this is a survival thing.
Okay. I'm sorry, what is this?
Canna, Leon, I guess they call it in France,
Yeah.
because of looks like lion's teeth.
It does look like lion's teeth.
Part of a dandelion.
So that's good as a liver. People do it in the spring for liver cleanse.
Liver cleanse.
A liver
Dandelion
cleanse. So
teeth.
dandelion is good for your liver. It's related to thistle, and thistle is good for your liver too.
Yep.
So they eat it as a salad like that,
Yeah,
and it'll do that. It'll
Yeah.
help your liver.
yeah. Or you can dry it. In some places it's all over the place. You can dry it and then you save it for winter, for the teas and stuff.
Oh, you
I was
can
gonna say,
do
after you
that.
put it as
Yeah.
a tea, does it have the same effect for
Yeah.
your liver? Okay, just making sure. Just always curious.
They make cough drops out of that wood?
Out of the inner bark of it.
Oh, wow.
They'd probably make a tea of it, an extract.
Cherry
Any
wood, wild cherry
extract
wood.
is a tea, really, except if it's an alcoholic extract or some solvent.
The veins, the long veins.
Yeah, the long veins
Stringy and
go
the
all the
long
way
veins.
up. So all the plantains, no matter what their name is or what their shape is, all the plantains do the same. They heal. Plantains can heal your insides, they can heal your outside.
What about
there's
this?
no
What's
stem.
this? Nothing, right?
Yeah,
There's nothing?
it's something you saw
So is that
already.
that cat's ear?
Take the leaf and look at it.
We are goldenrod picking right now.
If they show
That's right.
color, then they're going to be just
Picking some goldenrod.
Okay, yeah.
Yes.
You're going to have to tell him stuff after you
I
get
got me some goldenrod. Go home, and we're gonna plant these goldenrods, and we're gonna put them to use for our health.
interested.
Goldenrod picking, huh?
Yeah, look at it. I got my bouquet.
Walking through 10 acres of nature and food growing around us.
Any kind. And so it's high in vitamin C in that, so you don't want to like boil it. You just drop it in the water that has been boiling and let it steep for 15, 30 minutes as long as you want to.
Just drink it,
Yeah,
and it's vitamin C.
yeah,
Any kind of pine.
That's what they use
yeah.
for the
Any
virus.
kind of real pine. Now you don't want to. You want to make sure it's a pine,
They use
How
it
would-
for the virus.
so you can tell.
Yeah, high levels.
Yeah, how can you
If
tell
it's-
which is
You
what
can
pine
tell
are you talking about?
because all the pines, their needles are coming from one. You got several pine needles in one coming from one stem.
Okay.
So it's multiple needles from one little spot. And so you really get to know what they look like. They
What-
make Tamiflu out of. It's got the same ingredients as Tamiflu.
Same ingredients as Tamiflu.
Where'd it come from?
A sweet gum tree.
Sweet gum tree, and they have the same ingredients as Tamiflu. Wow.
So they're good for COVID.
Okay,
Yeah,
star
they're-
anise as well? Okay,
Yeah.
wow.
Same thing.
Okay.
Or usnea. And that's antibiotic, antibacterial, antiviral. USNEA. Yeah. Come close. There's a white stretchiness inside. See that?
Yes.
See that?
Yeah.
Oh, I
Yes.
do. I see,
When
because
they're
I
ju-
just looked at mine. Look,
Yes.
right there. Okay, you're correct.
Okay. So one part is the algae and one part is the lichen. Or I might not be totally correct on the names of what it is, but anyway,
And what are these
they
little
live
leaves?
in
Sorry.
symbiosis.
Symbiosis.
Yeah.
And what is this little
That's its fruiting body. It means that it's going to puff off the tiny little
It's time now. We're getting ready to eat. What are we eating here?
We've got vegetarian chili,
Vegetarian chili.
chips, salsa.
Salsa. That's homemade salsa?
Salsa, no, the salsa's not homemade, but there's another dip here that
Dip.
is. Let's see. She made that dip.
Oh, what kind of dip is that? Do you know?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
And then we're gonna have a salad.
We're going to have a
which is
salmon,
pumpkin,
organic salad.
and or a fruit salad.
Fruit salad. That looks
Oh,
good.
man. That looks awesome.
And then these medicine balls.
So good. Oh, my gosh.
Enough of these medicine balls. Oh, my goodness. Oh, man. Oh, man. Look at that.
Leonard, all we have to say is
Hey there, so we're here at Leonard Putney farm here. Mr. Leonard here. How long you been living here?
17, 18 years.
17, 18 years? And then what's the name of this town?
Honey up there.
Honey Up Path in South Carolina. I never heard of that, but it's in Anderson County?
Yeah.
Anderson County. Yeah, so what's the population here?
3,500.
Yeah.
4,000,
3,500 to just under 4,000. Don't even have 4,000 people yet, but we're here and taking a tour of the 10-acre farm and all the wonderful things they got growing in the nature and everything that got put here on the earth for us.
Laney? Anybody? No? All right, we'll just go for a couple of...
Well, I did this at Haygood Mill.
Oh, heck yeah.
That was
I went in
was
this
before it
I went in
fell
this
down.
creek
I'm fine. Okay.
after you though.
That was before
That's
deep
okay.
before now.
No worries.
Really?
Filled in with
Is it
sand.
good grounding? Okay.
But this creek is lower now
I'm not
than
thinking
before it was before.
Oh, yeah.
We just didn't get that much here.
Grounding time, grounding time.
Oh, that feels good. She went. I lied. She went down. She was
Deeper than when you thought, huh?
quicksand area.
Yeah, well that's all fresh sand.
Oh, that feels good.
We collected. I've got other herbs, but these are
Now,
the
when you
most
say goldenrod, that's the leaf, right?
That's the leaf,
Yeah.
and might be the flower.
Peppermint.
It's from last fall.
And then nettle. That's the
And
stinging nettle? Is that the
Yeah.
same thing? It's the stinging nettle?
Stinging nettle, and it'll never get crispy. It just gets,
Spongy like.
yeah.
Soft.
So you can, maybe we better run that, like when it's not little. Now see, it stings a little bit, so I'll use this. It doesn't sting, it itches. Like,
Gotcha.
I'll put this in here. You can run them through nut grinders or whatever.
Okay.
And
Two little
if they're,
handfuls.
it's better to store them as big as you can because they store better that way and they keep their flavor better that way. I'll put this, maybe I can put this whole thing in there. So what we're gonna do is you can put make your own mixture. The peppermint and goldenrod are really good for colds or even just to keep you healthy and peppy. And then the nettle is always really good for good nutrition. So what I do when I grind these like this, then I'll take a little sieve and sieve out the powder. And then I put it in a shaker, and then I put it in my soups or whatever as a seasoning. So
The
you
nettle?
always got some of that nutrition. Yeah,
The nettle?
that's all you need to do.
Oh,
That's even too
man.
much.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
I love it.
Wow.
And so see, it's a powder.
Super greens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right. And so yeah, you could have this in your kitchen, which I do. I put it in stuff, and you can't even taste these. I put goldenrod in stuff, and we got the nutrition, and it doesn't taste any different.
Are you gonna take like a spoon of each
Yeah. Uh huh.
and put it in
Or you
the-
can put all peppermint if you want, all goldenrod, mostly goldenrod, and whatever you want to do. We need to make them in a bowl. I've been wanting to tell y'all, but never got to spit it out. If you do these several times, like if you dip your tea bag several times, or like we run our tea through several times, you're getting more and more of the properties of it.
Okay.
Like when you make an infusion, like a nourishing infusion, which we do at some classes, you let it sit for 4 hours or more, or overnight.
Okay.
And then, yes, infusion.
How's it? Yeah.
It's an infusion.
Yeah.
And so then, well, it could be, you can call it
I think that's
concoction too, but
me on the
it's-
internet doing way too much research.
it's an herb. Well, you want to teach this one?
No, I'm sorry.
Anyway, never mind. Around and fill up your tea bags. I think I got one for each of you.
So what are we gonna call this tea?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah.
Sweet.
All right.
Good deal.
So take at least a couple of tea bags.
Yes, ma'am.
And I don't know why we'll have to.
What
have
are we gonna
more
call this
spoons.
tea?
We're gonna call it. Since it's we'll call it Rest your respiratory key.
There we go.
Is it ribbed?
Kind of.
This is
Kind of
good?
on the side. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I wasn't.
two
I wasn't
teaspoons?
delicate.
One is good enough
Okay.
for each one. And then, when y'all get done with that, I got some other stuff for you to make. We put, on this one, we put these 3 herbs. We put nettle, which is a healer. Goldenrod is good for your skin, and peppermint.
Okay.
The peppermint will be refreshing. All right, so when you put your herb in your jar, it doesn't matter what size jar, you cover it with oil. Now it has to be dry. If it's not dried, then you have to boil it, double boiler.
Oh wow.
Do you all know what a double boiler is? Anybody got any questions about that? Okay, then you take your, like a, you would, at home you would have like a chopstick or something and get all the air out. Make sure your herb is covered with oil all the time. If it floats up, then you push it down again. And then you close it. You can put your date on here. And then you go into your cupboard, you put it in your cupboard in a dark place, and then you shake it. Like every day, you go there and you shake it around.
Okay.
So,
How long you leave it like that?
you get 4 to 6 weeks.
4 to 6 weeks.
Then you can strain it out. Now, when you get home, you can put more oil in here if you
And
want.
that is making what? Tincture?
It's going to make an ointment.
An ointment. Oh.
So,
Is that similar to the infusion?
no.
No.
This is oil. Might be an oil infusion.
Okay.
But
Do you strain it later?
you strain it later, and your oil will have the greenish color from the plants.
Oh.
Yeah.
And then you
it'll
use
have
the
the
oil.
properties. And so then you can rub it on yourself for
Oh,
cuts,
man.
sores, and everything.
What?
Plantain is good for that. And the beauty berry is good to repel mosquitoes and stuff.
Okay.
Okay, so y'all go ahead and make one.
That is the beauty
Beauty berry.
berry.
Okay, so the properties of beauty berry. You can't use the internet, so. Beauty berry especially is great for the skin. Whose this is here? Oh, I see. It was Mary's, and she had gotten this with it, so she took some out. Okay, so it's got real good. It's insect repellent, so that's its name to fame. So beauty berry will repel insects, mosquitoes, ticks, and fire ants even.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. So if you're gonna go out in the garden, just rub it on your feet and stuff. So it'll
Refill this
repel
up to
it.
the top?
You could. Now I don't have enough olive oil. This is all my olive oil. I've used this already.
Do
Here.
we want to pack it in or no?
Yeah,
Oh, so you can
you
put
pack it in.
How long is that gonna stay in the olive oil? So
4 to 6 weeks.
4 to 6 weeks. Okay.
So you can put more. I'm just gonna cover this. Okay, pack it real tight, and I'm just gonna cover it. Tell me when you're ready.
Okay.
I was writing still.
So you let the weeds grow up. That's okay. Then you chop them off and let them lay on the ground. It does 2 things. It builds the soil on top, but underneath the soil, the roots, the microorganisms I was talking about earlier, they are attached to those roots. They're the things that they take sugar out of the roots, and they give the plant nitrogen back. They make the nitrogen.
Gotcha.
The plants make sugar from the sunlight.
Okay.
And so
Photosynthesis.
when you yank it up, when you're pulling weeds, you're ripping up those microorganisms.
Gotcha. Okay.
And they're fungi. They're all hooked together. And so, but when you chop it off, then those roots gradually die and they become yummy desserts.
Oh.
Good to know. Yeah, and so then also there's the places where the roots were that make spaces for the worms to go through. And
Oh
everything.
man. So the weeds play an important role.
Yes, very important role.